few days ago, I heard Kim Dracula for the very first time and really enjoyed it. I thought it was a delicious song, Drown, that they came out with. Really creative and unusual. I like that. And they've got a couple other songs I've not heard before, so thanks to those in the comments for mentioning those. Make Me Famous and 70 Thorns, featuring Jonathan Davis of Korn. So I'm going to check out both those songs now and see what they're like. And go! Okay. This is 8 months ago. I don't remember what those tragedies were. Probably something to do with gun violence. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Elevator music? Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7, Babs running to the finish line. Johnny shot the fucking weapon when they got a little AR-15. This is Johnny, Johnny is especially I'm the one that wants to hate this guy, just sneaks up with them. Just like that. And of course, we'll always give it to him. It's enough to make you think. It's enough to make you think. It's enough to make you. It's enough to make you.
Whoa! Constant surprising turns.
Listen closely to the words of
Tempo
this song.
change?
I'm betting a lot of people never had the place they belong. Give them a platform for doing something evil. Better not look at me wrong, cause I'ma mess you up for right.
Total tempo change again. What the fuck? What the fuck is this song? I'm not sure about this.
Evening, Dracula.
I can see you've been busy.
You wanted to make an entrance.
Oh, lovely snare sound. Cool screams. Reminds me of Burt McCracken. That vocal.
I love to cause damage. It's what these useless idiots deserve.
We're speeding up.
Soon I'll be praised for causing havoc. That's why I signed up to protect and deserve. That's your captain speaking. I order you.
This is absolutely insane.
Yes, sir. Whatever you say, I'll pay no walls about that fucking run.
What? Mongolian throat singing? Oh. Stop. 1 second. What the fuck was that? That was insane. That felt very much... I don't know what to do here, whether I break this down first and then go into the corner one. We'll take a moment for this one. I'm not going to do the full like drums and vocals thing, because this is outside of the normal realm of music that I tend to react to, I think. So it feels very much like it is a song for people with less attention span. Which increasingly happens in our generations. Because it's constantly changing, but not really in a way that makes a lot of sense, and maybe I just don't get it, right? It's very possible. But I don't think the signposting is there to make a lot of sense of that. I'm sure everything in that has a purpose and a reason for why they've done things they've done musically, and also in the video and all that's going on in that. But it's kind of confusing. I don't really understand what the message is, other than, hey, I can be really famous by killing people. It's essentially what seems to be coming through on that one. Musically, very interesting. There are moments there I really, really like. The scream vocals are fucking great. Really love the variety of those. I love the variety of the vocal performance as well. Sometimes going into low, kind of intimate bits and pieces, but also some catchy, full throttle vocals as well. Some spoken word bits, almost schizophrenic sort of attitudes in there. So that's all really interesting. Musically, some unusual stuff going on there. There's a moment where they turned down the entire music track while he was still there doing, I think, some singing thing. It sort of petered off, which is really in a song, within the song. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone essentially do what sounds like turning the knob down the music to nothing. Tempo changes in there that I didn't really understand the why of it, because they were kind of jarring. At one point, total tempo change. Later on, it sped up into a different tempo. Which is fine. I mean, I guess they're looking for the next section to be a little bit more chaotic, perhaps, when they go into a different sort of tempo there, or slow it down and make it heavier and grungier. So it's interesting, but just felt a little clumsy somehow. It felt like there was too much trying to be said at the same time in that song. But maybe that is what it was trying to say. There's just a kaleidoscope of fucking insanity going on with gun violence and shit. I don't know, the police and all sorts. I don't know, there's a lot in there. I didn't like that as much as I liked Drown. Drown felt more like a cohesive song to me. This felt more like just an onslaught of unbridled creativity for the sake of unbridled creativity, which was an interesting, what would I call it? Experiment? But I wouldn't be like, oh, I want to listen to Make Me Famous. Whereas Drown, I would happily put on Drown again and listen to that. I thought that was a great song. That's been stuck in my head actually a few times since I heard it. This one, that's just, I don't know. I don't want to say just. It sounds like I'm limiting it, reducing it down to something. But that is an artistic expression, which I wouldn't say need the music. I think that's probably why I kind of didn't really dig it. The musical element of that wasn't really that necessary. It was a sort of a video artistic and vocal performance, poetic, artistic expression of something, some form of art. The music was very much secondary. And as a musician, I think that's less interesting for me. Maybe that's all that is. Whereas the Drown had a good balance, I thought, of all things. But this one, not so much. Okay, this one is called 70 Thorns, featuring Jonathan Davis of Korn. So, will we see more of what Drown had, more of a cohesive musical piece, or will it be more of the madness? Let's see. And go! Ooh, a double bass. Jazz! Yes, flute! Beautiful. Those verses have fun. Lovely muted trumpet. Okay. Fucking thrash.
I'll take it personally. You will first and
Lovely
virtually
bass in the
everything
vocal.
I heard. Believe heard at least 20 people take turns to speak. I'm sick of feeling like I'm a villain in the first degree.
Step on me, don't think it's out. Flip it to God. I don't do anybody. I gotta kick up me in top.
Cool, bro.
I just put him in the thing, take up a plate. I wanna see about the buckets and fill beside him a different way.
I wanna feel something. I wanna feel something.
You can see why Jonathan Davis would make sense in this.
I wanna feel something.
I want to be the one who
There he is.
loves you. I want to be the one that cares. Feelings intense, they're hard to swallow. It feeds the fear.
Oh,
Back to the thrash. A brass section. He's going full like Iron Maiden vocals. Oh, that's nice.
I wanna take you outside and see what you taste like. Like bars with gasoline hanging from a children's gate.
Look who's doing it.
I want to be the one who loves you. I want to be
There's so much packed into this one song.
feelings intense.
It's a lot.
They're hard to swallow. It feeds the fear.
Well. Okay. Did I miss anything in those last 3 seconds? I don't think I did. No. Okay. I really liked Drown. I thought Drown was a good song. Those two songs I didn't really like. I'm going to try and articulate why, and I think it's because there's a lot of, and maybe this is the intention, right? There's a lot of references to specific styles of like metal or rock music, right? That are almost exactly like those styles would be. You got a Bruce Dickinson, like Iron Maiden vocal in there. You've got some kind of moments of like Attila. There's fucking thrash in there. There's obviously you got Korn and Jonathan Davis is in there as well. But it's sort of, it's like a buffet menu of various heavy rock or rock bits and pieces, and a lot of them aren't doing anything new with it other than adding more crazy vocals to it, or like kind of a strangeness, or just adding more layers and more elements to it. Some fucking brass section out of nowhere, right? And I think there's a way to elevate those kind of genres of music or those styles of things in a way that doesn't appear to be so much like I'm doing this just for the sake of it, just to fuck with the track or with yourself or with whatever it is I'm doing. It seems just a little bit try hard. And I think that's the kind of sensationalist aspect of these videos and these performances might, maybe just for me, take away from what could be a genuine, interesting creative process of commenting in this way on music and metal and what it's doing and what society's like, etc., in a more considered way. But because of all the very over-the-top moments in the videos and the soundscape, etc., it sort of cartoonifies it a little bit, that I think takes away from what could be great artistic, creativity and moments of brilliance. Like I thought Drown had more of that. It was kind of a more subtlety to it. This is it's so in your face that it kind of loses a bit of the actual artistry from it for me, for my own personal take. Like, and the musical stuff that's going on there feels a little less authentic and a little bit more in a studio programming some mad drumming bits and pieces, or like the brass section there didn't feel like they've got some trumpet people in trumpeters in a studio to record a piece for that, to elevate that part of the song. It sort of felt like it was very much programmed in the studio, because it's the sort of exactness and lack of dynamic with it. So it sort of, again, that kind of lends itself to the sort of cartoonish nature of it. Like I love the moments, actually also in Make Me Famous, where a little bit of a brass thing came in there. I thought that suited well enough. And then to have Jonathan Davis come here for that kind of chorus, it was nice. I'm a big fan of Korn. I really like Korn. But it's sort of like, it did just sound like Korn, which it didn't sound so much like King Dracula and Korn together creating a new combination thing. It felt like it just went into a Korn chorus and that out of it, which was odd as a thing to do. I just felt like there could have been more to that. Could have been more, like maybe Kim Dracula's trying to figure out exactly what is their point, their kind of scope of musical artistry, and trying a bunch of different shit, throwing everything at the wall, and then eventually be like, okay, this is the stuff that I really want to do. I'm obviously making massive assumptions here. Maybe this is exactly what Kim Dracula wants to do, and I'm fucking delighted that it's gone. It builds the way it builds. Maybe it's just not for me. That's very possible, and that's also fine. I think what I'm disappointed about for myself is that I love a lot of this music. I love a lot of these vocals I've really enjoyed, but there's something about the busyness and cluttered way in which this ducks around and does what it does musically and in the music videos as well. I can't really sink my teeth into it in the same way. It's not really, maybe I'm not ready for the future where songs are really fantastic for the ADHD society, that I'm a little bit calmer and able to allow things to build more slowly. But I don't know, Drown, I fucking loved. I thought that was great. These last two songs were an interesting experience to watch and to listen to. But I don't see that joining my regular listening as yet. But I will definitely track this artist and see what King Dracula does in future, because there's something there, and maybe they'll find something in the future that I'm more interested in. They don't have to. Fuck me. It doesn't really matter what I think. I'm just one dude. But, yeah, there's some stuff in there that I really like. Overall, it's just fucking too much for me. If you enjoyed this video, please do boop the like button. It'll help other people on YouTube find and potentially enjoy this video as well. If you want to see more videos like this, then feel free to subscribe, and then you'll see future videos that I make doing reactions here. If you're interested in music beyond the rock genre, do feel free to check out the link in the description. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, and maybe I'll see you in another video.